Yes, thank you so much, MC. My name is Martha Muwanguzi. I welcome you all. You are so much welcome in this house. Yes. I will not mention your names, but I'm so glad, and we are so glad that you've come. As we know, we can imagine why we are here, and the purpose of this day is to launch a book. And I think, as all of you have come, you'd love to interact with the author. Not so? Wave to me if it is so. Yes, that is so good. Pastor Muwanguzi,
Yes,
we are so glad that you are in the house.
I'm so glad too.
And these people, they have come because of this noble cause.
Amen.
They have really honored the invitation. And they are too eager to know more about you. So, you can tell us about yourself, or you can tell these people about yourself.
All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Those of you who are here and those of you watching us from all over the world. I'm so glad to have you here today. My name is Muwanguzi Richard Kim. The question is, who is Muwanguzi? I was born 34 years ago. I was born in this country, Uganda, and in a small village called Buyaga,
Wow.
which is now called Bulambuli district.
Wow.
And I know some of the people who came from my place are right here. And I am a teacher by profession.
Yes.
I taught in this country for 7 years.
Wow.
And then I resigned from teaching 10 years ago. I'm a businessman. I run some businesses. I run a tour company.
Yes.
I also run a media and publishing company. By the grace of God, I'm a pastor. I'm the founding pastor of Regency Church, Mbale Campus, and the Kingdom Glory Faith Ministries, where we are seated right now.
Yes.
I'm a husband to a beautiful lady called Martha Muwanguzi, who is right here with me. And I'm a father of 3 beautiful children, Johnny, Jeremy, and Jesse.
That's so wonderful.
And I think for now that is who I am. But I'm also an author.
You are an author.
I'm an author of 4 books.
Wow.
And today I'm so glad that we are having a launch of one of my books, which is bestseller right now all over the world. So thank you so much once again for coming.
Yes, Pastor Muwanguzi. Yes, the last statement you said, you are an author. And that means you've written books. This is not the first book. Oh, it is the first book, and you have written many books.
Not really. This not Discovering the Champion in You was my very first book that I wrote. That is 10 years ago. It was released 10 years ago. Today we are doing this launch. It is a second edition of the book. So other than that one, I've written more 3 books.
Yes.
There's what we call Discovering the Purpose of Your Existence. And in fact, if I can just have a view of this.
Yes, I think you can show people.
Discovering the Purpose of Existence. This book, I talk about the principles of purpose and success. And there are people who are here, but they don't know who they are, why they are here.
Yes.
You know, there are 2 questions. There's what question and why. What describes the content, but why describes the purpose.
Oh.
So I wrote this book, and it talks about why we are here.
A person can not here at Regency
Not
Church.
here at Regency, but here in this part of the world.
Okay.
And then my other book is about relationship. It's called Kingdom Keys for Successful Relationship.
Yes.
They talk
yes.
about understanding the purpose, the power, and the principles for human relationship.
Wow.
And then my latest book is Kingdom Concept of Passport and Visas to Heaven, which is going to be launched maybe next year.
Powerful.
It is a twin. I have another one that goes with this one here.
Okay.
So Discovering the Champion in You was my first book, but today we are doing a launch of the second edition.
That means there are many ingredients that have been put or added in the book.
Exactly.
Wow. That is so beautiful. Somebody can clap for that. Pastor Muwanguzi.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for writing Then I have a question. Oh, even someone out there can want to ask, what inspired you to write this book we are launching today, and even coming up with such a good title, powerful title?
All right. First of all, like I told you, I released this book 10 years ago. The time I wrote this book, I was going through tough life. I just come back from the college, and I had thought life was so difficult, and also resigned. So from my job as a teacher,
Yes.
and I was going through tough life. I was living in a place called Muwanguzi. And then I went back. I remembered when I was in primary school many years ago in Swam Primary School in Kapchora district. A teacher came into our class and asked us to write down our dreams on paper.
Yes.
I remember we were making noise in the class, so the teacher wanted to make us busy. So he came and told us to get out the papers and write down what we want to become in the future. As a little child, and I talk about this in this book, I got a paper and I wrote down my dreams on paper. On that paper, I wrote things like, I want to become director of companies. I want to travel all over the world. I want to write books. I want to become an author. I want to change the world. That was in me when I was just a young kid. So when I gave back, when we gave the teacher the papers, after 2 weeks, he brought back the papers and everybody had gotten D1, 100, 99, 98, 80. I was the only person who got F9.
Why?
The teacher gave me F9. And so after thinking, I went back to the teacher and said, sir, you asked us to write down our dreams on paper. Why is it everybody has gotten D1, but I'm the only person who has got F9? The teacher told me these words I'll never forget. He told me, these dreams are not smart.
Yes.
Now, I didn't know what smart meant at that moment because I was not a teacher. I realized that the word smart meant that these dreams are not specific, they are not measurable, they are not attainable, they are not realistic, and they have no time bound.
Yes.
So the teacher told me to go back and make corrections. I remember I went back to my back home, and I showed my mother. My mother at that time did not understand these things too. So I told her my paper, and I told her the teacher gave me F9 because of my dreams on this paper. So my mother gave me 3 words that I will never forget.
Yes.
Now, I later put those 3 words as DDD. She
Yes.
told me, decision determines destiny.
Wow.
In other words, she was telling me,
determines
what you
destiny.
decide now determines what you're going to become tomorrow. So I went back to my teacher and I gave him the paper back with no corrections made.
Yes.
I told him, sir, thank you so much for grading my paper, but I ask you to keep your F9.
Yes.
I'll keep my dreams.
Wow.
Of course, I almost got kicks. But to be honest with you, 20 years later, everything I wrote on that paper, I am doing it right now.
You had a dream.
So I realized that the decision to change my destiny is not in my teacher.
Yes.
It is in me. And within me, there is potential. There is something that God has deposited in me that even my teacher cannot understand. So I chose not to believe my teacher. I chose to believe what was inside me. And that's why I had to come up and write up a book entitled Discovering the Champion in You.
Wow, the champion in you was manifested.
I believe that every person was born with a champion on the inside.
Yes.
In most cases, the champions are dormant. They are lying there, but they are still there. So we are supposed to come and steer out and discover that within us, there is a champion that no one, not even your teacher, has ever seen.
Wow. Isn't it so wonderful? I think God used the teacher to provoke the young boy to know that he can do better. He can do something in the future.
And you know, I am planning to go back and look for my teacher.
Wow. And tell
And I
him
give him a gift.
that is the book.
The gift of my book and other books. And I will tell him one thing, sir, never underestimate a human.
Wow.
Because within every human, there's something that you have no idea.
Don't you think that now the teacher is old?
I know he's old.
But he cannot read?
But
he can read?
He can read, and I know that when I get him, he will know that within every person, there is a champion.
Wow. I feel there is a champion in me. I'm a champion. You're a champion too. So, Pastor Muwanguzi,
Yes.
This book must be very powerful. And I know there is a lot of testimony in that book. What is your favorite chapter in that book
Wow.
as
Now,
an author?
first of all chapters are my favorite, but there is one which is
Okay.
more favorite in this book.
Yes.
First
yes.
of all, this book, like I told you, 10 years in circulation. This book has gone to over 28 countries around the world,
Oh,
including the United States of America.
wow.
So this book has changed lives in a way I cannot explain. One of my favorite chapters in this book, while writing it, is chapter number 6. And it talks about champions embracing challenges.
Have you heard?
And I just want to quote something in chapter number 6. It says, every dream attracts challenges which can be turned into stepping stones to your destiny.
Yes, yes, yes.
But only if handled with care.
Oh,
Because you see, every champion experiences challenges.
yes.
But you can use your challenges to turn them into stepping stones towards your destiny.
That is beautiful.
Now, as we embrace these challenges, we gain experience which supply us wisdom for tomorrow. Why? Because we learn by experience,
Yes.
but live by inspiration.
Come again. Repeat that statement.
As we embrace the challenges, we
Yes.
gain experience.
Yes.
Why? Because we learn by experience, but live by inspiration.
That statement is so powerful.
Now, you know, one of my best, each time the Bible, God relates himself to a creature, you have to study the creature that God relates himself to. There are two animals that God relates himself to.
Yes.
One of them is the lion,
Yes.
and then the eagle. Now, if you look at our ministry, Kingdom Glory, one of the emblems in the logo is the eagle.
Yes.
And I write that in this chapter, that an eagle is the only bird in the entire bird kingdom that is the king of the bird kingdom. Why? Because the eagle knows how to embrace challenges.
Yes.
The eagle faces the storm, but the eagle doesn't run away from the storm. The eagle faces the storm. And the eagle uses the storm's fury to glide. While other birds take cover when the storm comes, the eagle flies inside or towards the
Into
storm.
it.
Why? Because it knows that it can use the storm to fly and to glide its wings.
Beyond.
So, in other words, challenges are good for a dreamer. That's why in my life I can't wait for another challenge.
Wow.
Because I know how to turn challenges into stepping stones towards my destiny.
Please don't chase challenges when they come. Embrace them as you know it is just a stepping stone for your championship to be manifested ahead. Are we together?
In
Clap
fact,
for the author.
In this chapter, I still go ahead and explain that, when we receive, failure is not failing. When you fail, you are not defeated you are not finished when you are defeated. You are finished when you give up.
Oh,
Why? Because fail means first attempt in learning. You see, there are many attempts. There is first, second, third, fourth, and infinity. So when you fail today, don't give up, because fail means first attempt in what? In learning. When you receive a no as an answer, the no means next opportunity. You don't cry for the closed door. You simply move on, because no is a next opportunity.
The word no means next opportunity. So, Pastor Muwanguzi, thank you so much. At least we have known why you came up with such a chapter. Your favorite chapter. Now, Pastor Muwanguzi.
Yes, please.
So we are here. We know that we have come for the launch of this book. But I think deep inside in you, that champion man can tell us why we are launching this book today.
Wow. Now, why are we launching this book today? First of all, when our ministry started, we began many years ago, about 4 years ago, as a church. We began in a hotel called we were in a school called Kokonjere Primary School.
Yes.
That's where our ministry started from. I was a school pastor in that school for 12 years. So when we started, COVID came in, and then we had to move to a hotel called the Wash and Willis Hotel. We were there for 1 year. And then after 1 year, they were renovating the place we were fellowshipping from. So we left Wash and Willis and went to another hotel called Tel Aviv. We were there for 1 year. And after 1 year, they also things changed. The rent was hiked,
Yeah.
and we could no longer manage to stay at the hotel.
Yes.
And so we had to move to this place, and that's why today we are here. We would have taken this launch in a hotel,
Yes.
but we said, why you spend money in a hotel and yet we have got a home?
Yes.
So we had to bring the launch here. Now, why are we launching this book today? The main purpose of this launch is to raise resources to be able to complete this structure,
Our home.
and even clear off this land.
Yes.
This is the home of Kingdom Glory Faith Ministries and Regents Church. So we are doing this. One time God asked Moses, what do you have in your hand? Moses had something in the hand. So I felt God asking me, what do you have in your hand? I said, sir, I have books. He said, now use that to be able to raise resources. So we are here today because we want to raise resources to be able to finish up our structure and also pay off this land and even expand our territories.
Yeah, I see the land.
Because
the land is still
there is room for expansion here.
Yeah.
We just need resources. So that is the main purpose of this book launch.
Wow. And the resources are in God's people.
They are already the resources.
They are resources themselves.
Exactly.
That is so wonderful. So, someone may be here and maybe doesn't have the money to buy the book, or may wish to buy a book or to add or to buy a book for another person who is not here. And maybe the person has come with the money to buy for him or herself today. And the book is so inspiration that a person would want to buy for other friend or somebody, or not even only this book, but there are other copies like this one, Successful Keys for Kingdom Keys for a Successful Relationship. People are struggling outside there with the relationship. And this one, Kingdom Concept of Passport and Visas to Heaven. This is deep stuff. We really need to go. We are going somewhere one day,
Yes.
but we need documents to reach there. So we need knowledge there. Maybe somebody would want to buy a book or more of these books. Where can we, not here, where can we find these books after?
All right. First, if you are within here, we shall have the books after the launch. We shall have the books here at our campus. And then in bookshops in Kampala, there's a bookshop called Aristoc. Aristoc Leading Bookstore, just on the Kampala Road, and also on the Kampala Road. They have 2 campuses. We have these books in those bookstores. But also, if you are not within this country, in South Africa, I'll be speaking in a conference in South Africa next month.
Yes.
In Pretoria, in Menlyn Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're not here and you're in South Africa, from the 4th of July to the 7th, I'll be in Pretoria. I'll be speaking in that conference there, and we shall have the books available. And also on 28th of next month, I'll be in Cape Town. I'll also be speaking in a conference, and we shall have all these books available. And of course, even in America, we have outlets in America. You can make an order, and the book can reach you anywhere in any state in America.
What about somebody who is here?
Someone who is here, the books are going to be here. In Mbale, we shall have them at our office near URA.
Yes.
The books are going to be available. We shall also have them at Abra Shopping Center. And then we have a library called Champions Library in the basement of Abra.
Yes.
These books are going to be there available. You can come and read, but also you can come and get a copy from the library. And also in the other libraries in Mbale.
Oh, so I see some books are found on the internet. Some people read through their gadgets.
On the internet, we are going to upload these books on Amazon.
Yes.
And very soon we shall give them. We shall let them the public know when they have been uploaded on Amazon.
Okay, that is so good. I think. Can I add you another question?
Sure, you can go ahead.
Can I ask him again? MC, where are you? I asked him one question. Pastor Muwanguzi, you said you're a businessman, right?
Yes, please.
You do other things apart from ministry or church ministry? Oh, yes. So how do you balance? How do you manage the two? ministry, business?
First of all, I believe in there's what you call I call it I have an acronym POD. Now PODP means prioritize.
Yes.
I prioritize. I'm a very busy man, but I prioritize things. Number 2, I organize myself, and number 3, D, I discipline myself. So POD has helped me to know how to prioritize, how to organize myself, and how to discipline myself. I run many things, and by that I also run a publishing company, and I'm so happy that I have my father, Pastor Okomu here. My company published his book, his latest book,
Wow.
which is a hot cake now all over the world.
Hey.
And I know Bishop Ona is also coming, and other pastors here, Pastor Tom is also coming, and even Honorable Onyara is also coming, and Pastor Mike Mataya, they're all coming. So we help other pastors to have their ideas in print. Because, you see, if you write a book, you become eternal. You don't die. You live beyond your grave.
Yes.
Because even though you are no more, but your book is going to remain and change the world and pass into generations. So I believe no matter how powerful you are as a speaker, as long as you're done speaking, people may forget what you have spoken. But if you leave your ideas in a book, you live beyond your grave.
Wow. That is so beautiful. You
prioritize, organize, and discipline.
Okay.
If you follow the 3 things, you're going to change the world.
You know, authors, you know, most of the time, authors did a lot of literature. So some of us, we didn't do literature. I may make a mistake if I continue to ask more questions about the terms you are using. So, Pastor Muwanguzi, and you said you are a tour.
I'm a tour operator. I run a tourism company called Chazon Tours and Safaris. We are based in Mbale.
Okay.
We take people all over the world.
Oh.
You can come and I take you to if you want
Wherever
to.
I want to visit, you can take me.